Hi, I'm Chris Guld with Geeks on Tour, and in this episode of Fun with Photos, I'm going to be taking a look at Krista's question. She asks, how do I delete photos I've already put into an album? I think Krista is getting confused between folders on a computer and albums on Google Photos. So I'm going to explain. I'm going to start by going to the computer, showing you pictures in a folder and how you put them into subfolders. Then I'm going to take the same group of photos in Google Photos and show you the difference of making albums. And finally, if you really want to get the photos out of your Google Photos library while leaving them in albums, I will show you a way to do that. Let's get started. So here I am on a Windows computer, but the concepts are the same on a Mac. On Windows, I'm using the Files and Folders system. On Mac, it would be the Finder. I have a folder that's called My Pictures, and in there I have 10 pictures. Now, you usually have a lot more than this, but I wanted it to be real clear what's going on. So these 10 pictures are from different years. I like my pictures to be organized by year. So instead of having them all in the My Pictures folder, I'm going to make a folder for each year. Now, it's hard to even tell what year they're in, but if I change my view to details, I can now see the years, and it looks like there's some from 2018 and some from 2013. So if I make a folder, I click on New and Folder and 2013, and then I will just drag the files from this picture is from 2013. I will drag it into the 2013 folder. This one is from 2013. I'll drag it in. And this one, and this one, and this one. So I'll select them all and drag all three of them in to the 2013 folder. Now, if I go back out and just look at my pictures, notice, well, let me view the actual photos. There. I am only seeing 5 photos in the My Pictures folder. The ones that are in the 2013 have been moved into 2013. Now I want to make a 2018 new folder, 2018, and move all of these photos into that folder. So now the My Pictures folder only sees 2 other folders. It doesn't see all the pictures. That looks nice and neat, but here's the problem. Did you notice a lot of these pictures, both 2018 and 2013, have pictures of national parks? What if I want a folder called National Parks? So I'll go out here, I'll make a new folder called National Parks. Now what do I have to do? I have to copy the pictures. So the 2018, this is from Yellowstone, this is from Tetons, this one is from Tetons, and that one is from Yellowstone. I have to copy them in order to put them into national parks. Paste. Now, how many pictures do I have total? Well, there's 5 in 2013, there's 5 in 2018, and there's 4 in national parks. I now have 14 pictures, 4 of which are duplicates. That is an unsustainable organizational structure. You do not want duplicates if you can help it. So now let's take a look at Google Photos. This is a brand new account with only those same 10 photos in it so that we can really see what's going on. And there are some from national parks, there's some from Christmas time, and there's some of me and Jim in our travels. First of all, I don't even need albums by year because look how clearly Google Photos puts pictures in by year and month. So all the pictures are organized automatically by date, by month and year, by date taken. So now I'll say that this picture and this picture, I want to be in an album called Chris and Jim's Travels. I select the pictures, then click the plus, make an album, a new album, and Chris. So I now have an album called just Chris and Jim's Travels, which just show those two photos. But here's the deal. Those two photos are still in what's called the library or the stream. Sometimes I call it the stream because that's how Google Photos organizes your photos. I have over 100,000 photos in my account, and they are all in one giant stream by date. But I also make albums. Now, these same photos that were in Chris and Jim's Travels were also taken in the Tetons National Park. So I can select them, and this one, and this one, and make an album called National Parks. Now I ask you, did I have to make a copy? So are these two pictures copied into the National Parks album? No, they are not. And here's how I prove it. If you try to delete these photos now from the library, I mean, this is what Krista was talking about. She put this picture into an album. She now wants it gone from the library. If you delete that, it says remove from your Google account devices with backup turned on and places shared. It will be removed from everywhere when you move to trash. Let me do this one as well, just to make it very clear. So the pictures of Chris and Jim's Travels, look at the album for Chris and Jim's Travels. It is now empty because I deleted the photos from the library. It is also, those two pictures are also gone from the National Parks album. So let me go get those back. I'm going to go into the trash and get these back. This was something previously. I click on them and I click restore. Restore. Now here's a cool thing. Not only have they been restored to the library, but it remembers that those two pictures were in albums. So Chris and Jim's Travels, those two pictures are back. National Parks, those two pictures are back. Now I promised that I would give you a way to get them out of the library if you really wanted to. So these two pictures are in two albums. I can remove them from the library by putting them into what's called the archive. That's all the archive means, is remove them from the view of the entire library and put them into the archive. So they're still here. They're still in my account. They're still in the albums, but they are not showing up in the archive. I can do that with all the rest of the national park. I can put them all in the archive. 3 dots, archive. Now my library is down to just 4 pictures, but all the pictures are in the albums. And if I really want to see the archive, there they are. So, big difference between folders on a computer and albums on Google Photos. One picture can be in many albums as long as it is in your account. It will still be in the library. You can put it in the archive so it's not viewed in the mainstream of your library.
What is an AUE on a Chromebook? Why should you consider this when purchasing a new machine? It's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior. If you have a Chromebook, you should know what the AUE is. And if you're considering purchasing a Chromebook, you should also know what the AUE is. Now you're going to say, what the heck is an AUE? And let me explain that today, because there's been some big changes in the AUEs on Chromebooks. Also, this should be a vital decision in purchasing a new Chromebook, because you should know what the AUE is. I also will have a new video coming out in the next couple of weeks on purchase considerations for a new Chromebook, since we are coming up to Black Friday, Christmas, and all this time where technology sales are booming. I want to give you help on choosing the right Chromebook for your use. Now you're going to say, how I find out about that? Well, just click that like and subscribe, and we'll send you a notification when that new video comes out about purchasing a new Chromebook. So the auto update expiration, or AUE, is a date that Google assigns a Chromebook at the time of manufacture. And that means it's going to provide automatic updates for that particular machine for a period of 10 years. But what if the machine was manufactured 2 years earlier? Well, then you would have 8 years. What if it was 5 years earlier? Well, then you'd have 5 years. You see how it goes. So one of the problems with AUEs is that where do you find them? And I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute, but there's no way of knowing. They don't publish the data on this when you're going to purchase it. It's not on the box, the outside of the box. You really have to open the machine up and run it and look and see exactly what the expiration date is. So you have to be really careful with that. And it would sort of be nice if you were going to purchase a Chromebook and you had 3 different models. It would be nice to get the one with the longest AUE, right? So you have to be a little bit concerned about that. The other thing that's really important for you to understand is that Chromebooks are sold in 2 different ways. First of all, they're sold to the education department in schools across the United States. These Chromebooks are made specifically for schools and often have limited capabilities. These are not the Chromebooks that are sold commercially to us, that we buy at Best Buy, Amazon, and that are advertised all the time. These are different types of Chromebooks. Well, they still work the same way, but they're more full-featured for us. So it's important that you be careful, particularly if you're going to purchase a Chromebook online, a refurbished one, that you know that it could have a very shortened lifespan if it's already used up 3 or 4 years of its AUE. So be very careful with that. We're not seeing as many refurbished Chromebooks coming out now from school systems, because remember, they're all leasebacks, and then they refurbish them and put them all on Amazon to be sold. We're not seeing as many of those come on to Amazon now, as of course Chromebooks get more popular, and the availability for commercial products that you would buy, that we would buy, consumer products that we would buy. So always be aware of the AUE date when purchasing a computer. So an automatic update expiration date is not unusual. We find that in cell phones. After a certain time, different models of cell phones don't get automatic updates. If you come from a Windows background, it's usually the software that expires, not the hardware. But Google has decided with Chromebooks, it is going to be a hardware expiration rather than software. So it's going to provide updates for you for the life of that machine. Well, sort of. Let's be realistic, and that most of the Chromebooks sold, probably about 95%, are laptops. They all have batteries. These batteries are permanent, non-removable batteries, and probably an average lifespan of about 5 years. I think it's very generous to get 10 years of updates. I should also comment that if you do have a Chromebook that you've had for over 5 years, you should inspect it on a regular basis for battery swelling. I'm going to show you on my Pixelbook in a moment how you might want to do that, but you want to hold it up and hold it sideways and look across the keyboard. If you do see any swelling or unevenness in the keyboard, it's very important you unplug it, don't use it. It could explode or cause fires. It should be disposed of promptly and not used or kept plugged in. So please be aware of that. If you see any swelling in the keyboard, this is a very, very bad thing. Okay, now we are on the screen of my Pixelbook. This is a Pixelbook that I purchased in 2019 as a refurbished machine. I suspect it probably was made in either late 2017 or 2018. Now, based on the 7 years that was the original rule for AUEs on this particular machine, it should be around 2024 as the expiration date. So let's have a look and see where we are with this. So as we come down to the right side, I'm going to show you how to look up the expiration date. Just click on the shelf on the right side here, and what we're going to do is we're going to click on Settings. You see Settings here? We'll just click on Settings, and it's going to bring up this menu here, and we're going to now come down to the bottom left, and it says About Chrome OS. I'm going to click this, and here we come up, and this is tells me I'm actually running version 117 of the Chrome OS. I want to come down, and there's lots of things here you can look at, but I want to come down to additional details. We're going to click here, and here's where you will see the automatic update schedule. Now it says this device will get automatic software and security updates till June of 2024. And that's about what I figured. But there has been, as I mentioned earlier, some changes that Google just made. Let's see if it affects this Chromebook. If we click Learn More, this is going to bring us up to the new updated policy page for Google. We're going to come down and we'll see Google. Let's open this up. And we now are going to have the updated list for the AUEs. So if we come down to the Pixelbook, which I have, you're going to see it's not 2024 because these have changed now, and we're going to get updates to 2027. Yes, Google just added 3 years. So, and that's to a machine that was built in 2017. So the important thing for you to learn from this is just because your device says that it's going to expire at this date, you should click the Learn More, because you will get the updated list right from Google and come down and look specifically for your device. And mine will be updated. I will get security updates for another 3 years. So you do notice a little asterisk after the August 27. You'll see it right there. And if you come down to the bottom here, it says these Chrome OS devices must opt in to receive extended updates. So I assume that you'll be getting an option to click on to extend the life of your Chromebook sometime in the future. So automatic update expiration dates are important when considering a new purchase of a Chromebook. Also, please, if you do have an older Chromebook, check the keyboard by looking sideways on the keyboard for any battery swelling. If you see any swelling, please do not use it. Dispose of it carefully. It could be explosive or cause a fire. Don't plug it in. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll notify you when my new video about purchase considerations for a new Chromebook comes out. Until we see you again, have a great day.
Modems versus routers. A simple explanation. I'm Hewie Poplock. Here are the topics we will cover. A modem provides a connection between the internet and your home network. A router allows multiple devices on your home network to connect to the internet simultaneously and ensures that the internet traffic is directed to the correct device on the local network. If you've been on the internet for a while, you've no doubt heard the terms modem and router thrown around. but you may not have taken the time to understand what they are. What's the difference between a modem and a router? Your router creates a network between the computers in your home, while the modem connects that network and thus the computers on it to the internet. When you connect to Wi-Fi, you're really connecting to your router, which forwards traffic between the internet and your computer. Many internet providers offer a combined modem router unit that performs both these functions in one device. So why bother to understand the difference? Because that understanding can lead to better decisions, like buying your own modem so you can stop paying $8 to $15 a month to rent one from your ISP. What does a router do? A router connects multiple networks and routes network traffic between them. In the case of your home network, your router has one connection to the internet and one connection to your private local network. The simple way to think about routers, especially on your home network, is like this. The router sits between your internet connection and your local network. It lets you connect multiple devices to the internet through one physical internet connection, and also lets these devices communicate with one another over the local network. The router keeps track of what traffic goes to which actual device on your network. To the internet, all the traffic coming from your house looks like it's coming from a single device. Routers can be minimal or as elaborate as you want. Some support advanced mesh Wi-Fi networks and have enough features to keep even the most avid self-hoster happy, whereas others have only a couple of physical ports and no wireless connectivity at all. However, the average routers you'll buy today contain built-in switches that let you connect multiple wired devices like a desktop PC or an Xbox, and also contain wireless radios that let you set up Wi-Fi devices like a laptop or a mobile phone. In addition, the router offers some protection to your devices over being exposed directly to the internet. All routers are capable of screening traffic, so inbound and outbound traffic can only go through approved ports. Some offer even more advanced functionality and may be able to warn you if you're visiting a malicious or suspect site. But you can't connect directly to the internet with just a router. Instead, your router must be plugged into a device that can transmit your digital traffic over whatever type of internet connection you have. And that device is a modem. What does a modem do? Your modem serves as a bridge between your local network and the internet. Historically, the term modem is shorthand for modulator, demodulator. Modems were used to modulate the signals on telephone lines so that digital information could be encoded and transmitted over them, and then demodulated and decoded on the other end. Though more modern broadband connections, like cable and satellite, don't really work the same way, we keep using the term modem because it's a device people were already familiar with and associated with connecting to the internet. How a modem attaches to your network depends upon the type of connection that you have. The modem plugs into whatever type of internet infrastructure you have, cable, telephone, satellite, or fiber, and gives you a standard Ethernet cable output that you can plug into any router or a single computer and get an internet connection. Since the modem communicates with your internet service provider, you'll need the correct type of modem that will work with your ISP's infrastructure. What about combined routers and modems? Some ISPs, most big ones, offer a modem and router in a single device. That device has the electronics and software in it to provide both functions acting as a modem that communicates with your ISP and functioning as a router to create a home network. Some ISPs also bundle a phone interface into the same box so you can use their VoIP or Voice over Internet Protocol offerings. While a combined unit has its attractions, just having one device cluttering up your office being one, there are also disadvantages. Using separate devices offers more flexibility in what you can do with your network and lets you make sure you're using the best quality devices that you can. And using your own devices instead of the ones your ISP provides can save you some money. Should you buy your own modem? Buying your own modem is an easy way to save money on your internet bill. Check your monthly bill and you'll probably see an equipment rental or modem rental fee that's costing you somewhere between $8 and $15 per month. Rather than renting your modem from your internet service provider, you can buy your own and hook it up. You can then return the original modem to your ISP and remove that fee from your monthly bill. Yes, it will cost you some money up front, but that typically adds up to somewhere between 6 and 10 months of monthly device rental fees. Keep the devices longer than that, and you're saving money every month. Of course, if you have a combined modem router unit, you'll also need to buy a home router. That's not necessarily bad news, though. The router your ISP provides may not have the latest technologies like 802.11ax and 6 gigahertz Wi-Fi, so you may be better off buying your own router anyway. Check to see if you're actually renting your modem and how much you're spending every month, and then find the best modem for your ISP. Your ISP's website will typically have a section detailing what modems will work with your plan. Make sure to purchase a modem that can take advantage of your plan's speed, too. It wouldn't do to have a 2 gigabit internet plan with a modem limited to 800 megabits, assuming that most modems cost just over $100 and that you're spending $10 a month on a modem rental. You'll break even and start saving money after about a year. That's hundreds of dollars saved over the life of your modem. You can use any wireless router you want, but the modem you purchase has to be approved by your ISP to function with their network. In a sense, you can think of your router as a device that's part of your home network and the modem as a device that's part of your ISP's network.